Hey guys, Saturday, January the 18th, 2025. Let's see what the Black Widow wants to do this week. It's been a while, but I haven't done my mind map on natural gas. So without any further delay, I think this would probably be fun, interesting, and some good insight on where we're at with nat gas. Let's get into it. So as you know, my mind map and who's the star, the Black Widow. I have a couple of things I always look at. My spectrum cycle, my Elliott wave, my sentiment, my swing dates, members of traders report, and you can say average return by monthly and seasonality. So let's look at our, you can say our spectrum. So in the spectrum, using 15 years worth of data, I used to use 23 and 24. I'm trying to narrow it down a little more. So I'm using 15 on the weekly cycles and 5 years on the daily cycle. So with the 15-year cycle, there's a cycle of 210. The phase is in an uptrend neutral, and it peaks somewhere around December 1st of 2025, and that's subject to fluctuate, but just to kind of get a ballpark. And if we click on this, you can see that right here was our February, 20 low, 152. And this cycle is up until 2025 of December, somewhere around that ballpark. I also went ahead and did a composite, so that means 2 cycles. So I'm using the 210 right here, and also the 72. It's a little smaller, a little more, you could say a little minor fractal. But I wanted to see what we could get if we have 2 cycles merged together. And so far on February the 10th of this year, it kind of stalls out and then it pulls back. So using the Elliott wave theory as to my count, my system, we're on a wave 3. So let's say if this is a wave 3, and then we're going to be working on a wave 4. That one we'll research this one. But if this plays out and we get a wave 4, a high probability we're going to end on a wave 5. And that one probably pushes all the way to 2026. But too early to tell. Let's see if we get some kind of correction in the next couple of months for a wave, wave 4. We'll see. But that's what my composite of 2 cycles are indicating on the weekly. But let's look at our daily cycle. So our daily cycle, we have 332. The phase of the cycle is in an uptrend, approaching a top. So let's see this one. We go here. You can see that this is our February 20 low. I think that was at June 11th high. Somewhere around here was that August, I guess 27th low. It's peaking using a 5-year around February the 10th. It's interesting that we're going to be getting a turn here. Now, knowing that, we do a composite of the 332 and the 77. So it's a little smaller cycle, but it seems important, in my opinion. You get a little more fractal swings. You can see that some lows here, like that peak here. We got that low here. And right now, this peak is somewhere around the first week of January, maybe. Somewhere around there, or maybe it's a little further back. It definitely didn't pick the peak of the 13th, but it's somewhere in this where this cluster was in. And now this cycle is pointing down. But what I really wanted to emphasize is that the cycle's pointing down, and then it bottoms somewhere around the 14th. So this is our wave 3, and we're going to work on a wave 4. This could possibly play out as a wave 4 and then go to a wave 5. Something just to keep on watch. We'll be going over the Elliott wave stuff, but I just wanted to kind of show you my composite of 2 cycles. The bigger picture is that we're going to be hitting a peak on the 10th, and that the weekly cycles peak somewhere around the end of 2025. Looking at our Elliott wave count, this one right here, I'm not putting too much confidence in it or leaning on it too much, because what that's showing is that a wave 3 of February 29th, 2024 is working on a wave 5, and it has a target of 442, meaning that if we hit a wave 4 of 442, did I say wave 5? No, wave 3, and working on a wave 4, 442, that means that there's a wave 5 coming in the future, and that's not something that makes sense. And that's not kind of lining up with the weekly cycles that are very positive. Although, however, the daily is about to turn, but the weeklies are still positive. So I have it there just in case I'm wrong, but I can't see us working on a wave 5 all the way down to, unless we're going to go all the way down to 144 or lower. But that's why it's red, because it's not popular. I am leaning on the daily and the weekly. The weekly has a wave 2 of August 30th of 2024. We're currently on that wave 4, which is this one right here. And we have a target of 441, just in case the 436, 439 high of January the 13th is not it. And then a possible target once wave 3 is realized, a wave 4 down will be 369 all the way to 334 on the weekly chart. So if it's not the high that we just did in January the 13th, these are your possible targets to the upside. And then once the wave 4 is realized, even if we do hit these or not, or if it's just a 436 high or 439, these are possible targets to the downside. Same thing for the daily chart. We have a wave 5 of October the 18th. We're currently on a wave 3. Projection wave 3 targets is 519. And once we hit our wave 3 on our daily chart, wave 4 projection is going to be 387 to 364. So to sum it up and make it real easy, right now, our high on January the 13th is, I think, 436, 439. If we continue going higher, first will be 441, second will be 519, and lastly will be 596. Once we realize wave 3, your targets to the downside will be 369 or 364 to 387 and 334. Sentiment is interesting. The last time I updated the sentiment indicator on this mind map was at 3266. Now we're at 3244. So it looks like the sentiment is just kind of bottoming out a little bit, but is not as strong and popular as the daily. The last time I updated the weekly was at 3163, and we are at 4288. So we're almost reaching the halfway point, but the weekly sentiment is very positive. On the daily, the last time I updated this chart was 6770, and now it's at 74.91. So the daily is as strong as is almost about to kiss the 80 level. Very close, but these two are very positive in regards to sentiment. Now, in regards to commitments of traders report, I got a couple of things I'm watching. So this is large commercial, and these are large speculators. So there are two dates that I'm not dates, I'm watching levels in regards to positions with the commercials are putting their money and they're betting on. So commercial like to hedge. So when that gas is going up, they like to go down, and large speculators like to follow the money. They're not hedging, they're buying and going long. And looking at commercial, I'm looking at that August 5th low in regards to position at 48,000 and change. And we are currently at 59,000 and change as of January the 18th. So I would like to see us take out that low with pressure. And if we do that, chances are net gas is going to go higher. So if we could take out that August 15 low, next would be this one. This is 48. This one will be like 46. So we want to keep an eye. We want to keep an eye on them continuing to hedge. In regards to commercial, same date, August 5th. The large speculators made a high of minus 66,000 and change. And what I want to see is large speculators push and take out that high in regards to position, and then this would be next. But you can see that from October, they were just kind of going sideways, and then December came. They stair step, and then the last week of December, they kind of stalled, and then they jumped, and then January, they super jumped, and they're very close to the August 5th high. So I would like to see that taken out with force. So just keep an eye on that, because if they do, chances are natural gas will continue pushing higher. As you can see, the trend is sideways is an indicator that I use, but I kind of maybe lean that maybe it's sideways with a slight bias to the upside, because the daily and the weekly price action on nat gas is above the Kumo cloud, so there is some kind of momentum to the upside, but this indicator still hasn't changed yet. My swing dates, these are dates that I'm watching, important swing dates that I'm tracking things. So you got your August 23rd high, April 14 low, October 27th high, February 20. When you hit the February 20, this is what I'm talking about. So times that I'm looking into the future to see for either volatility, possible turning points, swing pivot highs or lows. Keep an eye out for March the 29th. Keep also an eye out for March the 23rd. And keep an eye out for May the 19th. These are way in the future, but an alert, some kind of thing to remind you is like today's the day you want to keep an eye on, especially on nat gas with these dates, because there's something connected with these dates. In regards to the SO models, just for January, days that are jumping out, it means the 20th, the 24th, and the 27th. As you can see it from different points, I'm watching these. And the SO model picked the January 13th to keep an eye out. And so far, that's our high. I think that was the high that we just made recently. And just to kind of sum it up, I feel like Sunday nights, Monday, I don't know this. I think there's a holiday, but I don't know if the futures are open or not. But just in case they are, they're not, whatever it is, I feel like natural gas, not that I feel, I kind of leaning that maybe natural gas will like kind of stall and kind of grind higher. And kind of push higher into the 22nd. That's where I have the plus sign. And somewhere around the 24th, you could say we kind of like stall. I know there's an EIA report coming out. I think that's Wednesday, the 23rd, probably EIA, the 24th. Kind of stall. And then Monday, they're going to slam it down. So up to the 22nd. EIA report, maybe just chop, maybe push higher, kind of in there. And then Monday comes, the Black Widow is going to pull the carpet out, and they're going to tank it. And then they could probably be a quick reversal. It's one of those things that could be like boom, boom, back down and right back up. So the way I would trade that, in my opinion, would be short it, get out, because the next day could be a gap and pop right back up. So it's going to be short. And once it goes up, get in and maybe ride it higher. But it's going to be very quick moves, according to what I've been looking at in regards to the charts and some Gann stuff. I am going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. I know it's a little different than what I normally do, but this is kind of the stuff that I kind of, put my mind in and just kind of zoom out and just kind of, meditate on the chart and just kind of see all these theories and all the things that I'm making notes of and, looking at key things, commitments, seasonality. Did I go over the seasonality? I don't know if I did. Pretty much. Yeah, I think I did. But just in case you didn't, these are the seasonality and average return by month, negative, seasonality down, down. So those are it. But, I just kind of use it to kind of zoom out and just kind of see where I could get an edge and what's happening, what the high probabilities of things, playing out. So that's it. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on nat gas.